Welcome to our hip and boot padding class. My name is Jay Zapparel. So if you're new to my channel, please do well to click the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to be notified. So let's get started. First, I drafted out my front and back piece. The first line there is my waistline, then my hip line, my knee line, and the length of my skirt. So I came down by 1.5 inch from the waistline. Then from my hip line, I came in by 5 inches. From my knee line, I came up by 2 inches. So I'll just go ahead to trace out those points using my French curve. So please pay close attention to what I'm doing. After watching this tutorial, trust me, you'll be able to pad your dress. You'll be able to do an hip and boot padding for your dress. So I just had to go all the way around to trace out all the points I have marked already. So I'll go ahead to blend those sharp edges. Yes, you go ahead to blend it. So after I was done doing that, I'll go ahead to cut across those lines. So please pay close attention to this. After cutting out, this is what we have. We have 2 pieces of the front part. So let's go ahead to cut out the back piece. This is the front part. So let's go ahead to cut for the back. So this is the back piece. The line there is the zipper allowance. So from the waistline, I came down again by 1.5 inches. Then from the hip line, from where we have the zipper allowance, I'll trace 1 inches in, like I'll come in by 1 inches from the zipper allowance. Yes. Then I'll go ahead to take the measurement of my underbutt, my waist to my underbutt. So that's the one I've indicated there. Then from my knee line, I'll come up again by 2 inches. So I'll just go ahead to trace those lines with my French curve. I'll go ahead to trace those lines. So I'll go ahead to blend those sharp edges. Make sure you blend those sharp edges. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. This is our back piece. Remember, I came down from the waistline by 1.5 inches. Then from the hip line, from the zipper allowance, I came in by 1 inches. Then I took my waist to my boot measurement. Then from the knee line, I came up by 2 inches. That was just all for the back piece, and look at how it's looking already. So if you've paid close attention to this point, I'm very sure that you've understood what I'm doing. Please make sure to indicate the up part and the down part so you don't confuse yourself when you're sewing. Make sure to indicate it, the up part and the down part. So I made use of 1/2 inches form, so I went ahead to cut it out, two pieces for each side. And I went ahead to cut a stair. You can decide to use paper stair, but yeah, I used the both because I didn't have enough of the head stair, so I decided to use the paper stair and the head stair. You can decide to use any of your choice. So why I made use of the two is that I didn't have enough of the head stair to use. So before that, you go ahead to trim down these edges so your hip padding won't look so bulky. So I went ahead to do this for all the sides. So when I was done trimming, I went ahead to cut my paper stair. This one is the paper stair. So I went ahead to cut it out for both sides. So after cutting it out, I went ahead to iron it. Then this is what it looks like. Yes, I went ahead to iron everything down. So I'll take it to my sewing machine and I'll sew it round like 2 to 3 times. So after I was done sewing it down and sewing down my lining, I'll now attach it to my lining. So from the waistline, I'll come down by 1.5 inches. So that's how I'll be attaching it. I'll open it up like so and take it to my sewing machine. I'll sew down the middle part, then the sides. So I went ahead to pin it down. I went ahead to pin it down. So yeah, I was done attaching it to my lining. This is how it looks like. I was done attaching it to my lining, and I'm going to be sewing my lining and my fabric together. Just go ahead and turn your lining and your fabric the way you usually do when you're sewing a pencil skirt. So I'll just go ahead and turn that, and I'll show you the outcome of it. So yeah, I went ahead to take the measurement of my waist measurement, my hip measurement, and that is the zipper allowance where I'll be putting my zip. And that's all for this hip padding. So if this tutorial was helpful, please do well to subscribe and turn on your notification bell.